Hey everyone, Marty Snyder, Jeff Burton. Honored to have Josh Berry, driver of the number 4 car for next year at Stewart-Haas Racing, joining us now. Josh, I think from two guys who grew up at short track racing, congratulations to another short track racer getting the Cup call to go drive for Tony Stewart and Stewart-Haas Racing. So where were you when you got that first phone call from Tony Stewart to say, hey, we're interested in you being in the 4 car?
Man, I feel like it's been a while ago for sure. It was actually, the majority of our conversations actually started before the season started, and I actually got to sit down face to face and meet with Tony in his bus in Daytona. So it's been ongoing for a while. Just been an amazing experience, really, from the start, and just such an exciting day today, such a fun day. It's been really the job that Stewart-Haas Racing did today with the videos and the production and our announcement was absolutely top notch. So I couldn't ask for anything more. Just really excited and thankful for that move to Stewart-Haas. I mean, they're a top notch organization, and to be going to the 4 car is really special.
All these things always start in a motorhome lot. I don't know why, but it all starts. Josh, first of all, congratulations. It's awesome to see you with this opportunity. I want to know the experience that you've gotten this year driving Cup cars, substituting for drivers. What have you learned that has surprised you and also that can help you going into next year?
Yeah, I mean, that experience was tremendous. And the timing of it all, I've talked about this a couple of times today, like the timing of it all is so crazy, thinking that, in the background of this, I was in a full-fledged real life audition the entire time that this was all happening. And so the job that we were able to do and the success that we had was just really amazing. And, I learned a lot throughout the process, being at Motorsports and working with a group as strong as that, just seeing how they work with each other and communicate, I think is something that I'll be able to take away and apply to my Xfinity racing and obviously apply to 2024. But, overall, my biggest takeaway from Cup racing, and this, Jeff, is that it's extremely hard and that these guys are phenomenal. And going into, 2024, I know that it's going to be a challenge, but I'm up for it and excited for it.
Josh, it's pretty rare when you have the driver who's leaving a car show up at the press conference for the driver who's coming into the car, right? How integral has Kevin Harvick been in this whole process for you?
Yeah, Kevin was one of the first ones that I talked to about this opportunity, and he was a big advocate of me throughout this process, and that really meant a lot. And I think throughout this, I realized with Stewart-Haas that they're obviously looking for a certain type of fit for the 4 team. And it was important for them and that team and Rodney and Kevin to have a say and pick the right guy. And I think thankfully for me, I was able to fit that mold and what they wanted out of a driver. And I think, that's truly meaningful. And I think, going forward to have an asset like Kevin and Tony and even Dale Jr. on my side, I mean, that's going to really mean a lot.
So a lot's going on, obviously. Been very busy with all this stuff. How do you now, because there's an Xfinity championship out there to go win. So how do you now set all this aside and go focus on that?
Yeah, I think that, I hope that this will all be a little bit of a relief for everybody. I think the reality of it is that both race teams and my 8 team, they knew this was going on. This is not a surprise to them today when we met this morning and I talked to Junior Motorsports. So, for us, hopefully this is a way to, have a little bit of a reset, especially after, coming off an off week. And the week that we've had, the reset that's going to be this week, and head into Nashville, just ready to go. It's a home track race for me. It's a track that I love, and I know the guys have been working extremely hard to be prepared for when we get there.
Josh, what was the phone call like with Dale Jr.? I mean, obviously there wasn't probably one call where you said, hey, it's happening. I mean, he knew what was going on the entire time. Did his friendship hat go on immediately and say, man, I knew this day would come? Like, what was that conversation, the first one, like?
I feel like, first off, like you said, he's been extremely helpful with me throughout this whole process. I think even you take the Stewart-Haas and the 4-car part of it, but even managing the Xfinity season, managing the Cup, filling roles, he's become, me and him are closer than ever throughout this process. And that's really meant a lot to me, and his advice and words of encouragement throughout this whole process have really brought us closer than ever. But, honestly, I think that as the talks progressed and we got closer to feeling like this was going to be a reality, I think, he was almost speechless in a way. Like he couldn't, I'm not going to say that he couldn't believe it, because he's been a huge advocate for me, but his words for me was like, man, this is like a best case scenario for you to go in such a strong ride with such a strong team. And he's a big advocate of Rodney and obviously Kevin as well. So it's just been a dream opportunity for sure.
So we know that the move from Xfinity to Cup, it's a big step. It just is, and it's proven over time to be bigger than most drivers anticipated to be. So what are your expectations for next year, and what about the team? Like, what about Stewart-Haas Racing? Do your expectations align with each other?
Well, I think we're still in the early stages of processing what that's going to be. I think. With the experience that I got this year, I think, I understand the difficulty of stepping from the Xfinity Series to the Cup Series and what that's going to bring. I know that, I know the areas that I need to improve. I know the areas that I'm strong in and what I could do to be a better race car driver going forward. And I think that, stepping into a team as strong as the 4 team, I think that'll aid in that development, just like it did filling in the 9 team and the 48 team. So, I think my expectations and probably the teams, once we get closer, we're just going to take it one step at a time, and we're going to put in our best effort, each and every day, every week, to be prepared and work hard, believe in each other. And I truly believe if you continue to do the right things long enough, that good things will come your way and results will follow.
Well, Josh, congratulations, and we'll look forward to seeing you at the track this year. Xfinity, a lot of that left in the season, so we'll look forward to seeing you on the racetrack as the season goes along.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Hi, I'm Parker Kligerman. For more access like this from Pit Road, be sure to click and subscribe to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube channel.